Okay, so welcome to this video. This is a demonstration of a shamanic constellation event. As I've mentioned before, shamanic constellations are different than family constellations, right? Family constellation is working at the level of trauma. It's working with the family system. It's disentangling from ancestry and all of that. A shamanic constellation, just as a shaman would be working, is working with forces of light and dark. There are lineages out there that do have low vibration beings, curses, attachments, entities, malevolence, all of this in the family system, in the lineage. And shamanic constellations approach these differently than a traditional constellation. And the reason why we have to approach it differently than a traditional constellation is because working with forces of darkness is tricky. They have a trickster energy. They will lie to us. They will attempt to cause mayhem. They will influence the field that we're working in negatively to manipulate. And you're going to see that. You're going to see that in this constellation. Now, this constellation, in a way, the client approaches me. She comes to me and she's like, I want to work on the fact that I have a lack of vitality, a lack of life force. Almost, it's not fibromyalgia, but chronic fatigue. So chronic fatigue syndrome. I personally have a sense sometimes with chronic fatigue syndrome that the reason why a soul is exhausted, does not have their full resource of energy, is because there is someone behind them that is taking their energy. Someone is sucking their energy. Now, maybe it's a relationship now with a narcissist or something like that. So she wants to work on her energy level. She wants to improve it. What shows up in the field is inner child wounds, inner child trauma. But what also shows up in this field, and I knew this because of the intake with her. We did intake before the constellation, talked with her for about 30 to 45 minutes, get family history, get what's going on. That low vibration forces, darkness, was in play for her lineage. Things she shared, when we get hints of like murders or killing or rampant sexual abuse, clues in the field, our coldness, darkness. You all can see my video that I've done. It's a teaching video. It's about an hour and 45 minutes long. It's a full teaching video. It's on YouTube. How to work with these beings, how to work with these forces, how to identify them, how to recognize when they're in a lineage, etc. So this constellation is showing us inner child work, inner child trauma. However, low vibration forces do show up in this constellation. Carmen points them out. She happens to be a rep that I trust implicitly. I don't trust all my reps until I know them very, very well at that level. But with Carmen, we have worked with together so many times that I'm like, okay, she sees something, I trust it, I believe it, and I know that she can hold any energy. We've worked together a ton. She's an amazing rep, a much better rep than I am. I'm a good facilitator, but I'm not a good representative. So she's holding that. We do this piece of work, and really about 20 minutes left in the constellation. It moves towards a interrupted reaching out movement between my client and her inner little girl, right? So I am reconnecting the energy of their bond, right? That's real. Bonds are simply energetic connections. Energetic connections. These energetic connections can be broken. Bond with mom, bond with dad, bond with whatever. They can be broken. So we are through the field working with energies. We are reconnecting the energetic bond between our client and her little girl. So that closes the constellation. But we have a surprise at the end of this constellation because we complete that movement. And then it feels like that is done. There's a stillness in the field, which is always my indication that this movement here is completed. And yet when we come back into the main circle, a couple of the reps, Carmen and another, say, this doesn't feel completed yet for us. Okay, intuitively for me, what feels right is, all right, let's take this into our debrief. We have an optional debrief at the end of all of my constellations. I do not have the client stay for that debrief. It's too intellectual, it's too heady. But I say, okay, let's take these energies back into the debrief and see what wants to show up, right? So there's a part 2 of this constellation. It's about 20, 30 minutes. And at the end of this part, for part 1, I'll share more about what's coming in part 2. So hope you enjoy this. Again, these constellations demonstrations are to help you understand how constellations work. Again, this is a shamanic constellation, so it is different than a traditional constellation. I'm working much more with high vibration helpers, beings of light, beings of love. If you're curious about the Arcturians, they are cosmic beings that are here to help humanity. Yeah, so, and a demo for people to learn how to work with these forces and beings for students of the work or facilitators. So I hope you enjoy this. Let me know what you think, comments, thoughts, any questions you have, leave them in the comments down below. If you're willing, if you enjoy this, please like the video. It helps the algorithms, which helps other people see it. So that's super valuable for them. You can also subscribe. I'm coming out with new constellation materials about every week to 2 weeks. We've got about 25 videos on the channel now, and subscribing will get you the notice that a new video has been released. So thank you so much, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay. Hannah, you mentioned one thing there. Is there anything else you want to add before we start?
No.
Okay. Your volume is a little low on your microphone, so
Is this better?
that is so much better.
Okay.
Yes. May have to remind us of that. Maybe the speaker's not turned up as much, but that's fine. We'll work with it. Colby, your internet's a little slow. It's just the image picture is glitchy. It's a little freezing up a little bit. So what we may end up doing if you come into a role is you may need to turn off your video. That usually is enough to solve it when it's at the level yours is at, which is intermittent. Hannah, choose a representative for yourself.
Pinar.
Great. Choose a representative for your energy hyphen life force.
Amelia.
Thank you. So PNR and Amelia, both of you already know this, but to name it for everybody, if you can go ahead and change your names, that does help me. Also, that I love my reps to stand in the field. I love the three-dimensional clues. I love to know how close people are, how far away they are, which direction they face. Eyes open, eyes closed. Body position, what body position comes to you that feels appropriate? Perhaps you notice something in your space that stands out for you, so really honoring also if you're drawn to looking around your space and just seeing if anything stands out. You know, just allowing, really open mind. Who knows what wants to show up? It's a mystery to me, probably a mystery to most of you also. And Hannah's rep, Pinar, as you take on that role, what do you notice?
Yeah, my hands are my fists are tight, really tight. I'm like squeezing really hard. I'm in this fighting position, but mostly defending myself. I'm in a fight, but I'm defending myself. I don't want to be here, but I have to fight, but mostly defending myself.
Thank you. Stay with that. Yeah. Hannah's energy life force, what shows up for her?
To kneel, and my feet are flexed back, and it hurts, but I keep wanting to put my feet that way, and my hands feel, my arms are frozen behind me, like I'm kind of stuck in this frozen position. I want to look slightly to the right, like I'm waiting for something, but I feel stuck.
Mm-hmm. Not tied or anything like that. Just stuck.
Right?
Not tied or anything like that, just stuck.
No, just frozen in my body.
Frozen. Thank
With
you.
my hands behind me, like I kind of defenseless.
Interesting. Thank you. Hannah herself, how are you doing? What are you noticing?
This is exactly the what is Amelia is explaining is exactly a picture I drew of myself a few days ago, of my inner child. But I was on my face, and my hands were at the back of me. And now
Great.
I've got um some things going on right here. I mean, there's an activation in my abdomen
Uh-huh.
and in my chest. Yeah.
Thank you. Who feels drawn to representing the Arcturians? Just check in and see if they would like to work through you. You'd like to work through them. Sin, okay? Sounds good. Who feels drawn to representing angels of all loving realms? Check in, see if they want to work through you, see if you're appropriate for them. And as you take on that role, you can even allow them to support you and your healing and needs. Maybe not yet. We can wait on that one then. Are you sure, Julie?
It's coming through more as Divine Mother than angels.
Then bring in Divine Mother, please. Yep. Sin, if you could change your name, please. Appreciate it. Okay, so I want to bring in more high vibration reps into this. There's just so much trauma, and ask for Divine Mother to ask for the Arcturians, whoever it's appropriate for, or both. Clean up any energy, shift any energies that can be raised to a higher vibration, safety and protection, any insights or wisdom, any blind spots I need to see. Yep, that should do it for a start for us. And just raise their hands anytime they have anything for us. It's welcomed. Hannah's rep. I want you to look and choose who or what you are protecting yourself from. So I want you to let them be seen, represented on the screen.
The protection went towards the upper, like the throat and head area, so it's mostly there. So
Choose one, you could choose multiple, whatever you need.
Anna,
You should give a place to the one or ones Hannah is protecting from. Let's let them have a place, please. Hannah's energy life force, how was it when you heard about the inner child, little child, and anything else going on?
Yes, I feel young, and my arms start to shake when the one Hannah's protecting from comes.
How old are you?
4, I think.
Thank you. Thank you. Arcturians, you had your hand up. Go ahead for them.
We pay special attention to small children who are being harmed.
Mm,
And we know about this. We know about this and we're here to help.
Thank you. You get goosebumps for some reason. Divine Mother, what's showing up energetically there for us in the field?
It's a very strong energetic field of protection, and I'm doing some toning as well to clear the heart space and the throat chakra.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for that. And for both of you, again, take in energy for yourselves. Let them ask them to work on you also while we're in the field. Why not? Hannah's rep, how are you doing?
So my attention is on the ones Hannah is protecting from. I got more defensive. I'm more alert, and I'm still protecting myself.
Yeah. Thank you. The ones you're protecting from. Got it. Anna, what shows up as these beings, this energy, whatever you are?
Yeah, just even before it called you asked me to be there, my stomach was just going crazy. I actually was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can be here and do this. Like, it's just like really tight and yeah, intense feeling. It's still there when I stood up, but I felt my fists are just so tight and I'm just like holding on to this anger. It's like I need to control the people around me. I don't get a sense of being a specific person. I do get a like male energy, but yeah, just really rigid and tight and like rooted to the ground, but needing to control everything. That's
Great.
all at the moment.
Thank you for giving that one a place. Hannah herself, how are you? What's your sense around what's happening?
I'm yeah, my stomach is upside down and my legs are shivering. And I don't know who that other person, the one that Anna is representing. I really don't know exactly who that is. I had so many abusers, so I really don't know yet.
Well, once you name the abusers that come to mind first.
I mean, my mother was abusive, and my father was abusive, and my brother was same. So I don't know. This looks like a home thing, but I don't know which one. So
Definitely home.
and
I mean,
I always felt the fatigue was not only a male, it was a male and a female both. It was this is how I felt inside. There were
Thank you.
two.
Thank you. The ones Hannah is protecting from, Anna, any hits as you get that information that feels super alive?
It's funny when she was talking, that energy in my tummy, seemed to drop away. But I also got a vision of me strangling someone. Yeah, whether it was her or like that tight energy, and I could just see a vision of like wanting to suffocate or stop someone's energy or like hands around someone's throat.
Say, wanting to kill or snuff them out or, yeah.
Yeah, more silence or snuff them out.
Silence.
Stop them. Yeah.
Thank you. Hannah herself, anything around that you know of?
No.
Hannah's rep, how are you doing?
So I was trying to protect myself, and then when the perpetrators came in, I figured there's no way I can protect myself. It's too much. So I'm just covering my face, just hiding, just trying to avoid in any way I can. And then I'm just accepting this. There's nothing I can do about it. I'll just go through this. But there's something that inside me feeling like I can do it, but it's overwhelming at the same time. So this is happening to me, but I don't want to be this person.
Thank you. Carmen.
An observation that may be helpful. Earlier on, as Hannah's rep was picking somebody for who she was protecting from, I immediately felt a very powerful male ancient energy come through and want to hide. It's like an ancient secret that, yeah, very perpetrator, very abusive, very dark, heavy energy coming through.
Can you give that energy a place for us, please? See how far back it goes, or
Ooh, okay.
and you know the rules around that, just
Yeah.
holding your own light. But,
Yeah, I'll have to hold that lightly. It's
Uh-huh.
quite nasty.
See how far back it goes. You said ancient, so I heard you with that. It could go back hundreds, thousands of years. I don't know. I've always been struck, Hannah, by your last name. It always seems biblical to me. So I'm curious. Little one, how are you doing? Let's check in with your inner child. Amelia.
Want to also cover my eye, my left eye. I can still kind of see through my right eye, but at some point I just want to turn my head and not see anything. But I think I can see more than my adult self.
You think you see more than your adult self does? That's interesting. Thank you. Hannah herself, how are you doing?
I'm just very nervous, but I'm okay.
Yeah. Just know the nervousness is welcome. Yeah. Just even hold yourself a little bit. Hold yourself kind of gently. You know, you don't have to show up any certain way or anything like that with us. Divine Mother, please. And then Hannah's rep.
So while I'm representing Divine Mother for the constellation, each and every one of you has your Divine Mother. You can call in this moment as well.
Great. Okay, everybody, if that feels appropriate for a role, and do that. It's healing for all of us. Ancient male perpetrator, what's showing up for that man or being?
Yeah, that's pretty good, Jack, on whether it's a male or being, because it really does have that context to it of being otherworldly, but also very, very male, authoritative. Immediately felt in a position of being able to instruct others to wreak havoc, do damage, to satisfy this one's thirst for blood.
Mm,
And it wasn't just personally, it was just loving to see it. So that's what's, and it's looking back quite a ways.
mhm. Let's try these words for that one. That energy, it feeds me.
Oh, it feeds me.
Mhm.
Yeah, my whole body is tingling from that.
Thank you. Silver, can you bring in angels of all living realms, please? Thank you. Hannah's rep.
So I was covering my left eye and also looking through my right eye. And when the ancient perpetrators came in, it just dropped in. So I'm looking to my right at the ancient perpetrators. I'm feeling strong in my body. I'm really mad at them and I want to face them.
You want to what them? Face them?
Face them.
Uh-huh. Well, if you want, you can, they're on the screen.
Mm.
If it feels right for your role.
Mhm.
Hannah herself, just see if you can stick with your rep, who on some soul level wants to face this ancient, devastating, destroying of malevolent-ish energy, being. Probably more being, feels like to me for some reason. Angels, kind of the same instruction, same hope as always with you, just light in the field, any guidance, support, healing of these energies that live in Hannah. Arcturians, go ahead.
We have fought these beings before.
Mhm. Beautiful, thank you. Who needs to speak? It's in the field. Hannah's inner child, go ahead. The dog jumped up on the bed and clued me in that I should go to you. Maybe.
I feel like now maybe the Hannah's rep is doing the adult stuff, and I feel very sad. And I just feel confused. Like, am I a strong child, or I'm confused? I'm a confused adult child. Like, like is my child, am I stronger when I'm a child? I don't know. I'm just really confused.
Okay, that's welcome. Let them be here. Thank you. Hannah's rep.
It feels like it's my job. So you be the child. I can do this. And I see the ancient perpetrators are trying to intimidate, but I'm here standing.
Hannah's rep, choose a representative for your inner light.
Daniela?
Thank you. Daniela coming in as Hannah's inner light. Anna, for the ones Hannah's protecting from, what does that one want to say?
When Hannah looked at the ancient male perpetrator, I felt her energy get a lot stronger and me weaken, like the fists held just kind of dropped. My energy dropped. I felt like I just wanted to sit down so I can feel her energy rising up, which weakens me and my whole over here.
Thank you. Angels of all living realms, what shows up for them?
So when I came in, I suddenly felt like I really needed to bring in a huge dome of really brilliantly shining white light, like white gold light. It needed like this massive, big light.
Yeah, thank them for bringing that in for us. Appreciate it. Hannah's rep, go ahead.
I don't have it, but I want to have a big cross right in front of me. Hold this big cross here. Right here.
You can call that in if you want. It's up to you. Oh, look what Hannah's inner light is looking at.
This is what I just made a photo now because it drew my attention. It's just a light outside, but the way that it reflects, look, this is like a cross.
Good. So represent that cross for us then, if that feels appropriate. Hannah herself, how are you doing? And then ancient male perpetrator. Ancient, yeah. Male masculine, yeah.
My stomach is just very, very contracted. It's bracing really hard, that's all.
Thank you. Divine Mother. And then ancient male perpetrator.
There's a lot of energy pointing towards grandmother. whenever that feels appropriate, if it does.
Grandmother on which side?
I'm just getting grandmother. I would tend to say maternal, but grandmother.
Other side,
Mother side?
Christina, for one, Christina.
Yeah,
without-
that's what I was getting to. Great. Christina, bring in grandma on mom's side. We don't necessarily have to know which one. It'll be the right one. Ancient masculine entity. Yes, let that one, what's happening for that one?
Yeah, there's definitely a sensation of morphing into or embodying that much more. And in saying that, it was because Hannah herself was bringing in a cross, and that actually strengthened this one.
Interesting.
And same with the inner light. Like all of this has the ability to take that and transmute it into serving the thirst of this one. Oof.
Just say for that one,
So gross.
I can use that for I can use that for the dark.
Oh, yeah, I can use it all for the dark. Yeah.
Yeah. And I have.
And I have. There's nothing on the screen yet that is intimidating for this one.
Thank you. Who needs to speak? The ones Hannah protecting from. Yes, Hannah.
I just feel like that energy's dropped out of this role a bit. I feel like maybe I was holding that ancient masculine entity. Sorry, my daughter's just woken up. I feel like I was holding that ancient masculine energy in the physical form, but when she's taken it on there as a general, I feel like it's dropped away from me.
Just look at Hannah's rep and just let her know I've been carrying this ancient entity, any energy that's in our lineage.
I've been carrying this ancient, sorry, what was the word?
Entity, energy.
I've been carrying this ancient entity energy, which was in our lineage.
In our family.
In our family.
Does that feel true to say?
Yeah, I've lost the thread a little bit, but yeah, I've been holding it, and I feel like it was, if I just turn that around, it was holding me, and that power in me was forcing me to control you. It feels,
Just
I can feel that
tell
in my body.
this one if it feels okay. If it feels true, I'm glad you're seeing the truth.
I'm glad you're seeing the truth. I'm glad you found your strength, and I'm glad you're rising up.
I have a sense and I want to test it. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
Just know, Hannah, this is some ancestor in your lineage. Don't know exactly who it is. Probably not brother. Could be mom or dad.
For me, I just got an image then of like of even like a child's, like a Disney movie or something of Moana, you know, like it's like this entity, and it's like it rises up and it leaves, and it's like it's actually me underneath, and that energy's gone, and okay, the peace is restored to the village, kind of feel.
Thank you. Arcturians, go ahead.
Humans play with fire with these dark forces. They like them and they hate them. And then they punish them. They're very tricky and they're hard to get rid of. So you have enough of us on this in the fields right now to break this.
Thank you. Grandmother?
Hiding and I'm dispersed, and I'm making a movement that it's kind of like a like that. It's like a serpent movement. But I'm dispersed and I'm lost and I'm hiding, and I was looking down earlier, and I'm cold and I don't understand what's going on and why I'm here. I want to scream. Yeah, I'm not comfortable at all. I'm really, and I'm like, I want to make faces, and I don't think I'm nice.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Hannah herself, like grandma's got some darkness around her. You know anything about that? Either of your grandmothers on mother's side? Dark magic or anything like that?
No, not her. She was a real Christian. She was almost a missionary.
Well,
So
that's my
yeah,
first red flag, just so you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Sorry.
But her father, remember the father, the one that's great my great grandfather.
Mhm.
He cursed his son. So that's the father, not her. But she was a very kind woman. I mean, to me at least.
Uh-huh. There may have been more to her than meets the eye. So
I don't know.
I don't either, but we'll see. But I do know that people that are very, very religious are usually running from something. It's my experience in constellations. And when you have someone that curses people and then someone that underneath them that's very nice, a lot of times shit's hidden. That's why it's not authentic, you know? So let's take a look.
But I was very
Yeah,
attached to her and I loved her a lot. And she was very kind to me.
good. Grandmother, impacts?
I can see Hannah herself. I'm connected from all of you, but only with Hannah.
Thank you. You can hold that roll. Don't have to let that in 100% unless you want to, Christina. Whatever darkness there, have your protectors with you as you're holding the roll, and giving it a place. Yeah, ancient masculine entity.
Uh, grandmother, yeah, she's one of the ones we've been working through. And yeah, just out of everybody on the screen, it's like grandmother has got the eye, the movement is happening the same. And so she is one of many in that system that we've been working through, but seeing as she's here, it can be identified.
Just let her know if you're willing. She's with us.
Oof. Yeah, she's with us. Yeah. Good job, grandmother.
And I feel proud of the fact that you recognize me.
Oh.
Just grandmother, you could just say, I know you.
Oh, I know you.
And it feels good that let me check in around it. I love being seen by you.
I love being recognized by you.
Thank you. Hannah's rep first and then angels.
Yeah, when earlier the ones Hannah is protecting from spoke, my ancestors, I felt sorry for them because they were under the influence of the ancient entity. So I can see how they suffered through that. And then I'm looking at my grandmother. So that's normally a movement I go through with my body a lot. And normally I would just be in sync with that. But now I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it. I won't.
Try these words. I'm here to see the truth.
I'm here to see and to show the truth to everyone.
Beautiful. Thank you. Colby, can you bring in Archangel Metatron? He's one I just like to have with us. High vibration, strengthen the field, and same instruction for him as for the rest. Helping to clear any energies, protection from low vibration forces, guidance, blind spots. Angels, go ahead.
Yeah, so my forearms and hands have been holding quite a lot of weight within this. And when grandmother came in, it really started pulling down. Really, there's a lot to hold there. It's quite difficult to keep the light going with grandma.
Try these words, Hannah's rep. If it feels true, I'm going to expose the truth.
The truth will be exposed.
Thank you. Some part of your soul, Hannah, wants to see the truth. Angels, go ahead. Or Arcturians, you had your hand up, actually. I don't think it was Angels.
This is a hard one, but the dark forces are deceptive and seductive, and you were being groomed.
Little one, what happens? Little one popped up on that.
Been feeling really responsible for, I think, engaging the dark forces. Like I think that's what I meant when I said I saw it. And then I feel like I kind of made a choice to interact with it. And now it feels sort of like it's all my fault.
Thank you for that one, for the little one. Hannah herself, how are you doing?
Okay, I'm just confused a little bit.
Yeah. Share more about the confusions, probably partially the trauma.
Which one?
Confusion for you, just the confusion you're feeling, and
Yeah.
then divine will come
I
to
mean,
you.
when my my inner child said that she's guilty. Oh, I understand this. I always felt guilty about anything that happened to anybody. About engaging with the dark forces. Well, I used to read books about souls, being people being possessed by souls. I used to love reading these things and parapsychology, and since I was a teenager. And we used to play games that that sort of lifts people up, from the ground, not by our doing, and things like this.
Mhm.
But they were just games. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Hannah.
Yeah.
Are you, so the field is showing us, for whatever reason, through a chain of reps, that dark forces are relevant to you and to your lineage, and again, relevant to what's happening with this topic for you. And so whether you've played with the dark, whether you haven't played with the dark, it's obviously in this lineage that you came into. Are you at a place soulfully where you are ready to release any entanglements or attachments, and truly and authentically, you've been through a rough ride in this lifetime, truly and authentically willing to desire to move towards your light?
Yes. I always prayed for the truth and the light. I want to.
Thank you. And just notice that your little one little you is disturbed by maybe things that she danced with a little bit. And just give a space of compassion for the little you. Maybe as a little one didn't know what she was getting into, but as a soul probably did. And just honor the truth. And many of us have had lifetimes like this. It's welcome. Hannah's rep.
Yeah, there is a disconnect with the inner child. I'm feeling like you were a child, did these things happen or not? I mean, it's not a big deal. You were just a child, so you won't be judged for that. I'm here.
Thank you. Divine Mother.
It's interesting. Prior to this, I was doing a lot of physical healing around the womb area.
Uh-huh.
There was a distinct wall that I hit, and I'm feeling I need to ask Hannah if to have permission to still remain in this role or to have Divine Mother presence. If this is something she resonates with or not. There's something that needs to be resolved with that.
Thank you. Hannah, your decision?
Yes. I had big issues with my womb, yes.
Try these words, Hannah, if it feels okay to say. The real Divine Mother. Not the real Divine Mother. It's not, it's off. It's divine, the highest vibration of the Divine Mother.
The highest vibration of the Divine Mother.
Good. Thank you. Grandmother, anything you want to share that needs to be said yet?
I'm sorry, I had to stop a little bit because there are fireworks and my dog is started to shake, and I think she's picked up a lot of the energy as well. So I'm pausing it for a second.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm back.
Mhm. Trust everything.
Yeah. I feel powerful. So, and I have you will know. So there are a lot of positive, high energies in the field, and when I'm not going to feel powerful, you'll know when the work is done. But I hold a lot of power, and I know just by using my voice and staring, I've got a lot of power, and I like it.
Thank you. No spells, no hypnosis. Hannah's rep, not welcome.
Yeah,
Hannah's
my
rep.
focus is on angels of all loving grounds, and I'm open to that. I'm getting a lot of positive energy, and it's keeping me here. I'm very connected.
Thank you. So the healing movement at this point in this constellation is the disconnect between Hannah's and the little one. Right, that's the next real full movement. Hannah herself, how are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just very tense. On my whole the lower part of my body is very tense.
Thank you.
And I'm feeling very cold.
Thank you. Arcturians, did you have something, or ancient masculine first?
Just an observation from this point. Again, there's such a very powerful influence. Like this goes behind the angels of all loving realms, behind every single positive thing here has this in it. And it's like this is just laughing, just going, ha, I've still got a hold somewhere, somehow. It trickles, it colors, it influences in some way. Especially through the grandmother. The words that she speaks feels completely manipulated by this one, but everything else feels like it colors it in some way and transmutes it.
Thank you.
Oh, God.
Arcturians, you had your hand up?
Yeah, I felt a surge of heat, which is telling me that a lot is being that we're really online here to battling this and energetically, and this is serious.
Mhm. Thank you. Monica, can you bring in Purifying flame. Purifying flame, let that come through your body. Angels, go ahead. And
Yeah, I
then,
agree.
right.
I agree with everything the Arcturians have said and the perpetrator, ancient perpetrator energy. It's true. I recognize that energy. It's vile, it's powerful. I'm holding what I can. It's good to hear that Hannah's rep is responding, because the grandma, I mean, there's free will involved here, and grandmother's just a little version of the perpetrator energy, really, just a puppet.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is big stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I can change that, Monica.
Mm.
Thank you. Angels. Purifying flame. Hannah herself, just say to Grandma, I've always felt close to you.
I always felt close to you. I loved you more than my mother.
Yeah, and I'm starting to see that there was a deeper truth.
And I'm starting to see a deeper truth that is so confusing. It's like a cognitive dissonance happening
Yeah.
in me.
And Hannah herself, just know that that is welcome. Christina, are you holding something for us? Christina, yeah, there you are.
My attention is drawn to the child.
Do you feel positive or negative as far as energy? Low vibration or high vibration?
I feel very sorry for the little child. So I have a little judgment about all the forces that are keep on doing a lot of things around, but nobody cares for the little one.
Good. I want you to give that energy a place. I'm not sure if that's high vibration or low vibration. Trust whatever comes up. It's all welcome. Either side is welcome, but give that being a place. Archangel Metatron, how's that one doing? What shows up for that being?
Thank you. The sensation, words, vibrations that are resonating for me is that this was a very special and powerful choice to Hannah, for you to be in this field of conflict, that it was necessary, that there was already in the lineage this tremendous ongoing conflict, and the cold that you're feeling in the lower half of you is representative, the disparity in temperature is representative of this conflict that you've chosen. And you're here for this conflict to transpire through your body. Your soul knows it, but your body doesn't.
Thank you. Thank you, Archangel Metatron, holding that high vibration for us. And inner child, how are you doing?
Crouched down, like squatting completely. The line from my chin through my breasts and my vagina and to the ground, I could see it through my sweater, and it was very disturbing to see like adult breasts and my vagina, and I feel like somehow maybe my grandma like showed her, or she interpreted my body to me, and or she touched me, I think. But I just feel like all of this adult sexual energy makes me want to throw up.
Thank you. Anna, can you change to high vibration ancestor that loves Hannah? High vibration ancestor that loves Hannah? Bring them in. Hannah's rep.
I do resonate with Archangel Metatron said, I knew it was my body going through that, not my soul. I knew that, and I think that's the disconnect with the inner child.
Thank you. Archangel Metatron.
Hannah rep, when you express that, my whole body tingled. It felt shivers throughout, knowing that you experienced the peace of that awareness, even as you experienced the trauma of the physical experience. You're holding this exactly as you planned and exactly as was intended for you in this position, in this place.
Hannah herself, breathe. You got this. You're doing great. We got you. Little one, go ahead. And then Divine Mother.
I don't feel support from Metatron.
Thank you. Divine Mother first.
There is a lot of physical healing going on for Hannah herself. And now the attention is able to be set on the child now.
Beautiful. Thank you. Grandmother, go ahead.
Where's Ria? I've been staring at Ria and now she disappeared.
Ria, what's
And
happening?
I'm not sure if I'm scared of her, that she's the one that can actually shut me up, or I've been staring at her, just making sure that yeah, it feels like she's got a lot of power, and I'm kind of scared of her. Nobody in the field from the high vibration is I love the high vibration ancestors. I think it's yeah, but Ria has the key.
Grandmother, I was shifting from one room to the other. So let's switch the screen off.
I almost wonder if it's her dad. It comes to me. Arcturians, go ahead.
About 5 minutes ago, I was going to text you about Ria coming into the field.
Ria, just bring in whatever needs to be seen, worked with, acknowledged, whatever. And Christina, the energy of the inner child, what shows up there?
I think grandmother is playing some games in order to distract from the real issue. I feel a lot of abuse in my body, a lot of injustice energy, like a lot of energy, like nobody wants to speak the truth about abuse or something, and we are
Thank you.
looking at something else or something like this.
Thank you. Little one, how are you doing?
I feel angry when the grandma says she resonates with the high vibration. That feels like a lie and a cover.
Just tell her, I don't believe you.
I feel confused when you say that.
Okay, stop there. Hannah's rep. If it's true, just tell grandma, I'm starting to see the truth.
I see you now.
Thank you.
And the other thing is when Ria came, I wanted to tell her whatever needs to be seen. You never cared about me.
Thank you. Purifying flame.
I feel a lot of love for the inner child, and I feel like holding the inner child and giving so much love.
Thank you. Little one, how are you doing?
I can't receive any of the love.
Thank you. Hannah's rep. And then the angels and Divine Mother.
Something shifted a little bit. I can see the inner child a little bit more. I know she's there. And then grandmother was doing this like more. What do you want?
Try these words, Hannah's rep. If they're true to your little one, I can take in the love for us.
Can you say that again?
I can take in the love for us.
I can't take in the love for us. I've been doing that.
Hannah herself just noticed that you've called together 15 people to support you, and that I've told you I've been guided to support you. So just take that in as much as you can, not too much, but as much as you can, that someone, something has got your back on the positive side.
Yes, I have chills all over my body.
Mm-hmm. Hannah herself, and then Divine Mother, and then angels.
What Ria is representing, I don't know, she has her blouse looks exactly like one that my mother used to wear. And it when my representative was saying, I never felt you loved me or you cared. Well, this is exactly the mechanism that happened between me and my mother. So
Great. Thank you, Hannah. Divine Mother, go ahead. And then angels. And then Ria.
When appropriate, care needs to be taken for this aborted child. There's entanglement there.
Uh-huh. Thank you. So the aborted child is relevant also, Hannah herself. Angels.
Yeah, I feel like my light, that the inner child is not in my sort of sphere of influence, is outside the light that I hold.
Great. Just hold where you can. Thank you for letting me know about that. Hannah's inner light. I want you to change to Hannah's aborted child. Let's give that one a place and see what shows up. Divine Mother, did you have your hand up?
Yeah, it's just there's something with the word aborted child versus baby. There's that's part of the entanglement. Child being older.
Thank you.
Energy of abortion.
Thank you. So maybe baby instead of child.
Energetic would suggest child.
You like child?
Or energetically, yes, child
Okay.
would be.
Hey, child, thank you. So this constellation is not about, just to, so it's clear, not about getting any energies out of grandmother at all. There's nothing in this constellation that I've gotten hit on that's about that. It's about seeing her. And it's about Hannah connecting with her inner child.
But you know that I felt that the light, the inner light was taken away by the grandmother and these ancient masculine entities and all those perpetrators. I felt that I was losing power. I was connected to that cross and that light, and then I felt chills and I was like drawn, and I was so freezing. And when I was talking, it was so strong. Now I don't feel that role at all. Hannah's aborted child, I don't feel it.
Okay.
I'm connected still to this. I don't know.
Okay with what you're connected to.
I'm losing energy, so something is happening.
Thank you. Purifying flame, go ahead.
I feel to say to the inner child, don't be scared. Just like, I'm here.
Just try this to the inner one. We're coming to get you.
We'll come to get you.
We're coming.
We are coming. Be patient.
Thank you. High vibration ancestors, what's happening there? Carmen, you can hold that about 25% or so. Not much
Actually,
work. Not much work there. Ancestor first.
Yeah, I do have a comment.
Thank you. Anna?
Even before you asked me to be that, to be the high vibration ancestors, I just felt this, like there needed to be earthing energy, and yeah, there's a lot of high, like the ancient masculine and the other stuff. It seems like kind of off in a tree, and it's like quite up here, and it needed to be brought down in earth. And yeah, and I keep seeing that it's like this fight between the two of like the high vibration energy, and I can see even the colors on the screen, and then yeah, those reds, and I keep seeing that light just up to your left, Jack. It's like blood dripping down, and I just which way it's going to go, but am just is coming up, and I'm just focusing on holding and grounding the earth energy and just holding that energy and hoping that the inner child and that she comes to that and not to the other. But it just feels like that weaving, the same as the ancient masculine entity said, like I'm through everything, and I feel that as well, and I just feel like I need to hold the opposite.
Thank you. Hannah's rep.
I sunk down when the mention of the aborted child came in, and I'm looking down and I'm just not feeling fine.
Thank you. Hannah herself. Are you willing to see your grandmother differently is one question. And then part two of that question, which is more of a comment, the love remains. It's not about not loving someone or anything like that. She gets a place, perfect soul path in some way, but also a big potential loss of your energy is probably being taken from by this one through the ancient masculine entity, through grandmother taking your energy, and maybe has been for a long time. It was mentioned earlier, this grooming. So the question for you is, are you willing to see her soulfully differently? And again, the love still remains.
Yes, absolutely. I would like to say also that my grandmother had chronic fatigue, and she had a lot of similar issues to what I have.
So maybe
the body symptoms, yes.
Maybe it's great grandmother then, I don't know. But
No, I'm talking about my grandmother.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I am not sure that I'm just a grandmother.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Okay.
I can tell you that the aborted child didn't want to come here, actually. Didn't want to be here. It was too strong and hard.
Thank you. Hannah's rep. Can you pick up something to honor this child that did not come fully into life? Great. Yeah, let's give that place and just hold it close to your heart. It's welcome. Ancient masculine entity.
This, yeah, quite frankly, doesn't give a shit if grandmother's on board anymore. It'll just find another host.
This is so strong. I don't know what is wrong with this entity. Oh.
Yeah, this one is just feeling quite cocky, and it's like it's like talking about an aborted child. It's like, yup, yummy, and the attitude of this one is quite gross.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that one with us. Little one, how are you doing?
I feel like my adult self doesn't care about me. And I feel just like it's just gonna stay the same way. And when the purifying flame tried to tell me they were coming for me, they kind of felt the same to me, like my grandmother, like predatory. I don't have a lot of trust for anyone.
Thank you. Purifying flame. Yeah, let that energy go for me. Monica, you can just let that energy go back into the field or wherever it needs to be. Thank you for holding that. Hannah's rep.
Yeah, it feels like there has to be more happening before I can connect to my inner child. I want for the child to be okay.
So I want I want to try a movement with you. I want to know if you can show, as a matter of fact, I'm going to pin the two of your screens. So it's just the two of you. Hannah herself, just feel this. And the sense I have, Hannah's rep, what I want to try is I want to know if you can just show just a little bit of this baby to your little girl. Just let her see that later on in life, there's going to be a new life form created.
I feel jealous.
I'm feeling sad and guilty. This had so much potential. Look how shiny it was, but never could shine.
Yeah. So pause there. I want you to see this child. I want you to see the lost child, the aborted child. And then I want you to look at your own inner child. And I want you to start to see that they actually have the same potential. Maybe hard to see.
It is hard to see. I see the dark top.
Yeah, but also see the bottoms. Also see what's on the bottom, which is white.
Okay.
So pause for a second. Try these words. Hannah's rep. I was raised to be bad.
Oh, this was the shirt I was given. I didn't pick it myself when I was little. If it was me, I would just pick something bright like pink.
Why don't you show your little child what you would have picked if you had not been seduced in a way, whatever, by grandmother, great grandmother, I don't know. I think it might be those orchids behind you.
Mm. Yeah, that's the color.
Good. I want you to bring energetically, bring this forward to show your little one the color you would have chosen had you not had colors placed upon you.
Yeah. This is what I would have looked like if I wasn't covered with black.
And little one, can you perhaps grab, there's kind of a pink thing in the pet bed near you? So you can just take that. Try these words Hannah's rep. Hannah herself, just feel this and follow along. It's hard for me to see the beauty in myself. Or I can't see the beauty in myself.
Yeah, my beauty was covered. I couldn't see it.
And just see this pink. And even give a place for this child that did not come fully into life. And welcome that here also. Little one, how is this?
Very hard to resonate with this. I want to, but I feel like underneath I'm still just wearing this black thing that no one can accept.
Try these words, Hannah's rep. You have both.
We have both.
Thank you. And it's time to reclaim the light.
And it's time to reclaim the light.
We've seen the dark long enough.
The darkness had hold of us for a long time.
Let her just see that later in life, a light child came through her. This is this pregnancy. That this light being came through her later in life.
And this light being came through you to life.
Us.
Through us.
Reach out a hand, if you can, to your little one. Hannah herself, just breathe. Notice any sensations in your body. Just allow whatever's true. We're probably ahead of you on this movement, so you may not fully feel this as much as in the field. Try these words, Hannah's rep. If they feel true, I want to reconnect with you.
It feels like she disconnected from you, not me. So I want you to connect with me.
Little one, how is that?
I believe her, kind of. I have so little resource in me to respond.
Can you just scooch forward? Just like a little scooch. Yeah.
I see you now.
Let's try these words. It was very hard.
And I'm feeling that was very hard. Was too much. And I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Try these words. Your dark is welcome here too.
All is welcome. All is welcome.
Ask her if you can see the purple scrunchie in her hair. Little one, you scooch up a little more.
Feel afraid that I'll disappear.
Try these words, adult self. We've got you.
We will never disappear. We'll guide you. We're here. We made it. Okay. Feels like that, I know.
Anna herself, I'm gonna bring you in. Just see, in some way, the statement that one just made, we made it. Pretty impressive, actually. And Hannah herself, maybe you can even see the innocence. One of the things we lose when we're in lineages with darkness. The innocence it doesn't get taken, but it gets hidden. It gets convoluted. And Hannah herself, how are you doing?
Feeling very connected to the inner child right now.
Beautiful.
I can see her and feel a lot of warmth.
Maybe you could show her your necklace or something. Then Hannah herself, just lean forward a little bit more. Just come a little closer. And just tell her the truth. I've come back to get you. A little louder.
I've come back to get you.
Yeah. It's you setting up this constellation and reaching out to me.
You belong with me.
Just tell her I'm sorry it's taken so long.
I'm sorry it's taken so long.
I was scared.
It was hard and I didn't know how to do it.
Great. Little one, how are you doing?
It's harder for me to trust her adult self.
Try these words for the little one. I didn't know who to trust.
Didn't know who to trust.
And so I stopped trusting everyone.
I stopped trusting everyone.
And Hannah herself just say, I know.
I know.
And we're learning how to trust again.
And we're learning how to trust again.
And Hannah herself, maybe you can even just reach out your unused hand right now to the little one. Little one, can you scooch just a little bit closer if it feels safe enough? Yeah, There you go. What a tiny hand. It's so adorable.
Yeah. Yeah. You're so tiny and cute. And innocent.
Try these words, Hannah herself. I'm starting to see the beauty in you.
I'm starting to see the beauty in you.
The same beauty that was in the child that came to me that wasn't born.
The same beauty that was in the child that came to me that was not born.
I see the beauty in both of you.
I see the beauty in both of you. And I love you both.
And you both get a place.
You both get a place.
Little one, how you doing?
They're confusing, but I trust her.
Good. Good. Can you come up enough? Can you sit and come up?
It feels hard because it feels similar to what they told me to do before.
Just try these words for a little, if it feels, if you can say that. I was lied to, or I felt lied to.
Felt lied to.
And Hannah herself, just say, I know.
I know. I know you've been lied to and you've been betrayed.
And
Really
I'm,
big time.
and I'm starting to look so you don't have to.
And I'm starting to look so you don't have to.
You can just be the little girl.
You can just be the little girl.
Try these words also, Hannah. We lived. We made it.
We made it. We survived. We lived.
Like, holy
Yes.
shit. That's pretty amazing.
Yes. Like, holy shit. It's pretty amazing.
And just tell her you survived. You made it.
You made it. You survived.
And just tell her the truth. A lot of children didn't.
A lot of children didn't.
And tell her another truth. And you made it because you were strong enough.
And you made it because you were strong enough.
And if you can, little one, you can scooch a little closer. Almost like an interrupted reaching out movement. Restore the connection.
Yeah, I so want to hug her.
Little one, how does that feel to hear? Yeah?
Yeah.
The sense I have is almost like sitting in her lap and being held. It's almost like a arm under your, around your back and under your knees. Just see if you can allow yourself to be held for the little one as she kind of reconnects with this very painful childhood. And just see the bravery of your little one to trust again. Hannah's rep, just help us.
It's hard to stay in present.
Just see if you can feel like just a touch on your shoulders. That's all you have to be present to, and anything else is welcome. Almost like you just press your fingers in where your adult self is holding you now. Yep. And I think it's actually just to let that one sleep. It's almost just to like let that one sleep and rest and feel safe.
You're safe with me.
And if that feels true, Amelia, just allow that one to nod off. That one feels safe enough.
Safe and loved.
Safe and loved. Thank you. Just feel the heart energy between the two of you. As you allow that one to rest. Little one. Little one, anything else you want to share? What would you like to say?
I want to rest. I don't think I've slept for a long time.
And just tell her the truth, Hannah herself. I just started sleeping better.
I will start sleeping better.
Try these words, Hannah herself. Come into my arms.
Come into my arms. Look into my eyes and see if you can really trust me, that I love you. Look.
Maybe you can scooch just a little bit closer, little one. We're pretty close to closing.
You're so beautiful.
And just tell her I drew a picture of you the other day.
I drew a picture of you the other day.
And I'm gonna draw a new one.
I wanted to connect, and I'm gonna draw a new one. I've been trying for so long.
Okay, I'm gonna pull us back to the main screen together. Anything that has to be said before we close? Anything that has to be said before we close? Anything that's burning that needs to be said? I'm not sure I want to check in with great-grandmother. Helpful or not? No, I'm not going to do it. Learn, but dark forces always err on the side of no. But give them a place. And I also see the name to great-grandmother changed. Yeah. And Hannah herself just staying with your inner little one. Anyone else that has to say anything?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is just looking for another place. As Carmen, it just feels like it would be appropriate to send this one somewhere. But your call.
Are you going to be with us on the debrief?
Yes.
Good. We'll do something there.
Okay.
And for me.
Thank you. Anyone else have to say anything? All right. Metatron, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just a reminder of exactly what's Hannah, the work that you did in this session is the inner child needs your presence. You can be supported, as you have been in this session, by all of the higher vibrational energies and angels. And it's your job to feed those, to bring those to the inner child yourself. And you're doing that work, and it's beautiful.
Thank you, Archangel Metatron. Appreciate it. Okay, so we're gonna give back the roles, but whatever roles need to stay for the debrief, we're gonna do a little more process. Kind of still just lightly stay connected to those roles. We'll bring them back in. So give back whatever needs to be given back now, but keep whatever we're gonna need as we do a little bit more work during the debrief. So Hannah, with love and respect for you, your perfect soul path, way bigger than us. We give back to you everything that is yours, that is appropriate to give back right now. We keep only what is ours, or any medicine for our soul. We also keep any final pieces of work that we need to do in the debrief. And so you just feel whatever's ready to be given back now, give those back to Hannah with full love and respect, still holding a thread to those that still need to be worked with. And I'm going to stop the recording. I hope you enjoyed the constellation. And then I want to share with you the debrief. Never done this. This is the first time I've ever done it in the 4 years that I've been working with high vibration forces and low vibration forces. It felt right to let our client complete. And so she left the constellation. And then we came into our normal time where we're just talking about the constellation and sharing our feelings and what we noticed. We're asking questions, we're answering questions. But in this case, it felt different. So we did something we haven't done before. It felt right to continue working with this entity, this energy, this low vibration force. And so brought back in that being, brought back in the great grandmother, which seems like now maybe turned into great grandmother. So maybe we were off, I was off in the first section where I was telling that one grandma, and also brought in the representative from mom. One of the reps, as we're starting this debrief, which in a way turns into an energetic cleansing, a entity removal, letting go of an attachment. And so almost a bit much more shamanic, and also almost like not an exorcism, because an exorcism comes up with very kind of warlike fighting against energies. And what you'll see in this next bit is, and you'll feel it too, you'll feel it in your body, the amount of love that is in the field. And I just love the portrayal of the high vibration forces speaking to this low vibration force about the value of the darkness, the value of the human experience in particular, which is one of light and dark. And so this one is really honored for the role that it took. And you'll feel the vibration of it. You'll feel the love that's in the field. And that's kind of the second half. This next piece is about 30 minutes. So that's the second half of this sort of entity removal. And it felt right to continue working with this being and not trying to force this being out. And it was named a couple of times, giving this being a choice. Like, where do you want to go? You can go back kind of to the dark, you can go to the light. And it felt right on my part. And I wish I had the client there to have asked her and say, hey, do you want this entity, this being out of your lineage? But the client was not there. She was working with her inner child and letting that begin to integrate. And so I had to trust my own intuition. Felt right to move this one out of the lineage to somewhere else, back to the dark side, back to the light side, whatever. And so this really demonstrates the way that we can use the field to cleanse, purify a lineage, let go of an entity, let go of an attachment, let go of these malevolent beings that can be around us. I hope you enjoy. Again, love to hear comments and thoughts at the end. Please like the video and enjoy.
Mothers.
There's something, it's not quite Divine Mother, Julie, but it's something else of a high vibration. Just feel what it is.
So sorry, do you want me to come back with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
It's a good thing I haven't eaten anything.
Sin, can you come in as love? Amelia, can you bring in love also?
Whoa.
Who else is still feeling something other than Christina and Carmen? Is anyone else still feeling something that's low vibration? Ria, you are? Okay. Silver, I want you to change to a better place for this one. Don't have to if you don't want to. Doesn't feel right.
I'm hesitating because during in the constellation, I mean, I think the Arcturians and I had a very similar, the dark energy that Carmen was holding is, yeah, it's an old foe. It's there. The grandmother was coming, I had this sphere of light. The grandmother was coming in and out of it, and she wasn't touched by it. She could just what. So I feel like I want to stay as this to see where.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Can you bring Metatron back in, Colby? That was just good. It was a good one for working with low vibration forces.
Can I ask for the Pleiadians to come?
Sure. Choose who feels called to represent the Pleiadians? Pleiadians? I think it's actually I'm gonna do Amelia.
Yeah,
Amelia, can you bring in the
I
Pleiadians?
was looking at her, yeah.
Great. Can you bring in the Pleiadians with my normal instruction ask for the high vibe? Christ light came in, okay, got it.
Ooh, that's the Palladians is the only representation that has had an effect on this one throughout this whole time. This one is now concerned.
Thank you. Probably spelled it wrong, but we'll try. Go ahead, Sin.
I'm actually feeling more like Archangel Michael needs to be here. So can I?
Yeah. Yeah, bring him in.
Bring them all.
Big guns.
Yeah.
Even
And for those, you know, with respect for the beings that are here, the three that are holding the low vibration beings, that there's another place for them to go, but no longer impacting our client in a negative way.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Even me, and when I was light, and I felt like I was sucked up by the grandmother and those ancient masculine. I wanted to ask for help. Like I need you to bring in more high vibration energy. I feel like I will disappear, you know. I was holding into Mother Mary and to the light as much as I could to warm up because I was so cold. So now I'm happy to see all those
Thank you.
high vibration energies.
Thank you. Anna, why don't you bring in the Pleiadian energy also? Let's just bring more of them in. Who needs to speak? Source energy.
It feels like I'm embodying all of this. Like I'm not pushing away anything. I'm just holding on.
Just try these words for source. These are all my children.
These are all my children. They all have a place.
Mm-hmm. Who else needs to speak? Ria, for mom.
I feel better when I hear source because I was feeling guilty and split. Like there is two sides to myself. One is the sneaky side, and the other side is shame and guilt. And the other side is I want to protect myself. So that was the theme through the constellation. So I didn't know how to protect her because I wanted to take care of myself. Good that you didn't give me chance to speak because it would have hurt Hannah. Like, that was like two sides of a mother. She protected herself. I mean, so she left her child, and I know that I'm bad, like one side, and I feel guilty too. But when I hear souls, I feel, yeah, I'm accepted. My dark side is accepted.
Let's just have source through that energy through Pinar. Just see one of your children.
I do.
Yeah. And maybe you can even see all three. One's through Christina and the other's through Carmen. Who needs to speak? Christina, for that energy or yourself?
No, I feel the energy pouring. Please keep pouring it. I need it. And also, I had an insight when I've changed my name to great mother. It felt I had too much energy. So if I had so much energy, I couldn't have been, if the grandmother had chronic fatigue, I couldn't have been her because I had so much energy.
Yeah, you could have been the one that was taking her energy.
Yeah.
So,
But
Christina,
I feel the energy pouring into me now and I'm calming down.
Thank you. And just as you do that, just feel yourself, just release this being to wherever this being wants to go. That's of a good place for it. Carmen, how's that one doing?
Searching, it's mostly focusing on Hannah's mother, looking to host over there, like looking to try and work through that one. Like it's definitely uncomfortable knowing that, hey, time is almost up here, but it's still going to make some last ditch efforts to manipulate.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing for that one. Pleiadians, through Amelia, what's showing up?
A scanning of cool white light energy over the timeline of weeks and years, and a sense that an honor to witness the desire to use your wisdom to understand and make meaning of this, but removing this energy to another area, it will
it will do what it's designed to do. And it's if it's meaningful and comforting to you to move this energy somewhere, then so be it.
Thank you. Pleiadians through it. Anna, what shows up that through you?
Yeah, not any specific message, just holding the energy in the space. Yeah, I just really enjoyed the energy of the loving ancestors before in the constellation, and it just still feels that same kind of really light energy, just feeling it just emanating, but not really any words.
Thank you. Give us a spotlight. Let's spotlight this one.
Now, this last Palladian that was talking, there's a relationship there. This is the only time this one has felt intimidated.
Was the last Pleiadian?
The last Palladian, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't need to say much. Yeah, I'm wanting to crawl away. Yeah, there was some kind of disharmony where this one stayed in the light and this one chose to go in another direction. Yeah, really does not want to be in this one's presence.
It's amazing how I see the light. So there's the light in your frame, Carmen, through your window, but then it comes in and shines on this Pleiadian. It's kind of magical. There's like a magical portal there.
Yeah,
it almost feels like an opportunity.
It's the two sides of the same coin.
Yeah. It almost feels like there's an opportunity there, Carmen, for that being energy to go into that magical portal.
Yeah, it's like this would happily go away from that.
Mm-hmm.
And we see that door behind you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Guys, can I ask help for my dog as well? Because she's been really quiet and frightened during it.
Sure, bring your dog and let her be seen in case that one picked anything up. For the angels here, thank you. Go ahead, Michael.
I have something I want to play just for like a few seconds, just to see if it has any effect.
Uh-huh. Can't really hear it.
Wow. I turned it off.
Christina, just start to let that energy go. Bless it.
Do you know what? Before this constellation, I've never used in my life more frankincense.
Thank you. Ria, how are you doing?
Like I'm looking at Pleiadians and Source, and I'm remembering what Source said.
Yeah, just see if you can feel the heart for that one. Ancient masculine entity, is that one ready to go somewhere else that would be better for it?
Well, I can't bear looking at the second Palladian, the one that's highlighted. It's happy that there's others on the screen, but when there was just that one and this rep, yeah, just really wanting to disappear. So there's something there that's quite volatile that this one doesn't want to be held accountable for.
Thank you. Palladian, is there anything you need to share with this one? Excuse me, Palladian Anna.
No. Yeah. No, just feeling like holding this energy. And that if I hold that, the ancient masculine to dig in. Yeah. No, not a lot.
Thank you. Anybody else need to say anything? It's in the field.
I want to say they have the choice.
Ria, go ahead.
I feel better. I feel better now and healed.
Go ahead and release her energy. Back to Hannah, where she is in Egypt right now. I'm just feeling a sense of, it's kind of a weird flavor of love for this one. Compassion. A little queasiness in the stomach, a little queasiness around the heart, but not a problem. Noticing the dog behind source energy that's in the light, or cat.
I want the ancient masculine entity to know that they're loud, no matter what. They're also loud. They're loud and nice.
They're what?
They're not sure. They're doubting that if they can be loud, but they are.
Yes, that's true. Oh.
Thank you, Christina, bringing in some sleepy dog energy.
Tons of energy coming out of my left hand.
Feels like there's a lot of peace and light in the field. And again, there's something to do with the animal that's back in the chair behind you, source energy, in the light.
Yep. He insisted he would be there during this time. Normally he wouldn't be here, but I had to put that chair for him.
The place that this one is in is now being a self-inflicting torture, if that makes any sense. Like it's now a hell for this one because it has no place. It's now stuck.
Try these words, source energy. You have a place with me if you want.
You have a place. You belong here. And you have choice.
And I can unstick you.
You can unstick yourself. You have it in you. It's your choice. You just gotta decide.
The sentence that comes through for this one is, am I going to be held accountable for all the horrible things I've done?
Source. And then Metatron.
You all have a part to play. Somebody had to play that part and you took it. You're not any different from an angel. That was your part and you played it well.
Metatron, do you want to add to that?
And I want to say your part here in this game, in this part, is over. And you can just go play a different part.
Just take that in for that entity. Sort of a surprising flavor of that. So you could just go play a different part.
What's happening with this one, there is something transmuting, there is a shakeup energetically of this rep, that pieces are starting to fall away. And it hears source energy, and can look at Anna Palladian without wanting to hide. There's a feeling of acceptance, that this one has been accepted no matter what. So the choice is wanting to do it differently, be different.
I still think there's something with the light coming through that window shade. Yep. Yep. It's like a portal of light there. It's almost like, as you talked about the pieces falling off of you, what I pictured was that is what's underneath all those pieces. That light.
And on my screen, there's a diagonal that goes down to Anna Palladian, like directly. So it seems that this one started out in that realm and just made a wrong choice, made a different choice.
Thank you. Who needs to speak?
Angels.
Go ahead, Angels.
The angels have been wanting to say for a long time, come into the light. You know you want to. Come. You know you want to.
Try these words. There's a place here for you.
There's a place here for you. Come.
Okay.
Ready to see the beauty in the ancient masculine entity.
Oh. Yeah, this really feels like it's just, it's absorbing and absorbed into the light. If I wasn't rooted with my feet on the ground, I would be like whoosh, out the window into light here.
Mm. And let us know when it feels complete for that one.
Yeah, there's a real embodiment of being with the angels, the loving realms, the source energy, and Pleiadians. That whole package just feels like it's really present with this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to breathe deeply and widely, and yeah.
Source.
I feel like the entity is my child, and there was the dark door behind the entity. You could go that way, but she would still be my child, but she chose to go to the light. She's still my child. I love you.
That brought a lot of stillness to this one. This one feels quite complete.
Thank you. Amelia, did you want to say something for the leadings there?
That we've been kind of lassoing a bright light thread around you that's creating kind of like a watery maelstrom of cleansing. So if you want to bring in water to sense that cleansing as well, that's something we're trying to offer as help.
Beautiful. Anyone else have to say anything needs to be said?
There's so much love here.
Feels like there's a completion, Carmen, for that one. Does that feel
Yeah,
true?
this feels like it's finally landed in its proper place. With that last statement from the angels.
Anyone else have to say anything before we close? Archangel Metatron.
There is a question of, am I going to be held accountable for this? And the answer that comes up through me is yes, from a place of gratitude. That the response, your contribution is honored and as important as every other contribution. That there is nothing but gratitude. There is no resentment or punishment. The role played by the dark forces is as welcome and loved. There's no resentment, there's no punishment.
Archangel Michael.
It's harder to carry the dark forces. We all like to be light and wonderful.
That's a good one.
Thank you for playing the darkness. Thank you.
In the stillness, this one is completely humbled. Yeah, it's good to be there.
Anything else for that one? That one ready to go fully, or has it already gone?
Yeah, yeah, it's in a complete neutral, peaceful light. No strings attached place.
Okay, I'm gonna remove the spotlights. Okay, so let's just release these beings, roles, and energies into the field and let our guides and helpers, and we're at times, we're almost moved towards close now, but let's let our guides and helpers take this wherever they can to support, or perhaps it's ours to do, but whatever's ours to do, we'll do. And release these energies with love and respect, no longer appropriate for us to hold them. And we keep what is ours. We also keep any medicine for our souls, but everything else just kind of letting go with love to wherever it needs to go. And again, we're at time, so I'm just going to move us towards close. And so I'm just going to share our normal ritual close, which is for 1 minute. Let's just love up these beings, guides, and helpers that have been with us and release them to go wherever they need to be or go. We'll give them human energy for 1 minute of silence.